Yeah, let's learn into Daybreak, boys. Turn the music on and press this, and nope. This is why I hate when people see when I do this. Panicked. Deep breaths. Here we are. Welcome back to the OlimoLeague, folks. Game number 1 in the round of 8, the quarterfinals. Spawning in the top right corner of the map, playing for Dead Pixels. It's the Blue Zerg player. We've seen a lot of this guy recently. It's true. And apologies to Dead Pixels as they don't have their name, their logo in the game heart. So, the game hurts. Listen to me, it's like an old man. You kids on the Facebook, get off the Google. Bottom left corner of the map, as I lose my mind here through a solo cast. Playing for Axiom Esports, it's the red Terran player, Axiom's Heart. Hart, I actually had the pleasure of meeting in real life. It was pretty cool. He's one of the first, actually, he is pretty much one of the first pro gamers I ever got to meet. Hearthstone, Stardust, and Mini Razor I got to meet a little bit before him, but I had a good time seeing him in MLG Anaheim. It was pretty fun getting to meet him and Alicia. We did this really fun interview with him too, which kind of sucks that we never got to post, not because of lazy or anything like that, but the audio was just unbearably terrible for it. So that kind of sucks. So we had some fun times. We were in the hotel room asking him some general questions, and I think Zombie Grub asked Hart and Alicia, like, what do you guys prefer more, white women or Asian women? And they both looked so embarrassed and like did not want to answer. I think Hart was the one who like mustered up the courage to say white women. I can't remember, but it was a pretty fun time hanging out with him. So Hart, though, you know, between Lone Star Clash, between like all these other events that we've seen him go to, he's been a fantastic player. His WCS America run is quite notable. He's such a good Terran player. I think once upon a time I never really realized just how talented he was. He was another guy in Axiom and young, just kind of cool dudes. But I've really come to appreciate and respect Hart's play over the last year especially. So Hart is going to have a pretty good match here versus True. But not to undersell True, as I do kind of go off as a big nerd crush on Hart. True, we got to see a lot recently. That's why I guess I don't feel so inclined to go heavy on the introductions for him. He's been playing a lot of stuff we've been casting. He, of course, participated in our Fight Before Christmas, and we'll see how he does versus Hart. It's Daybreak. It's old school. It's like back to the 2000s, right? Well, I guess not 2000. That's a little too far back, but... Oh, Kane says, come on, cool. Come for next game. Game 1 at the moment on Korea server. Cool. So I don't know if Kane's sleepy as hell or if he's just waking up, but looks like we might have Kane come join us on the cast, guys. That could be pretty fun. But anyways, what I was saying with True though is, you know, we got to see him at DreamHack. We got to see him, of course, for every big qualifier we've been casting in Asia-related stuff. So whether it's like MSI, whether it's IEMs, you name it, we see him there. And yeah, he's been doing quite well. Dead Pixels is a team I really just kind of came out of nowhere. They've picked up some fantastic players, and True is definitely part of that. But hey, you know what? We're like 4.5 minutes of the game, so let's start talking about the actual game. True did go for that gas opening because, you know, there's the chance he needs speed, but he didn't see any Reapers. There's no pressure applied. Not like you don't want metabolic boost, but the nice thing is knowing that you don't have to rush that out. You can prioritize getting the Queen or a I don't know, 20-second drone instead of that metabolic boost. Whereas for Hart, he's played this a little bit safer at home. You know, 2 Marines going in that bunker. The bunker coming down really early does strike me as a bit odd, but going back to the days of Daybreak, I do recall a lot of the all-ins that tended to go down on this one. But, ooh, command center coming down part of the wall. So faster 3rd CC, but not the quick 3rd CC we saw to say Supernova in that last series versus Impact. I wonder how, did Alicia go? Alicia's playing against Center right now. Okay, that's cool. I would definitely love to see Alicia get through the tournament. I think Alicia's one of the few Axiom folk who have actually won an OlimoLeague, but it's also, we just find ourselves so scarce on Protoss. Like, if Yangwa's not playing, if Youngsik's not playing, if Alicia's not playing, it feels like we never have any Protoss in this tournament. So, as I look at the round of 8 brackets, and I think you guys should too, holy cow, I said I'd get back on course for the game, but Salvation and Supernova going off in the round of 8, and Olivia tricked me into casting this match. Curse it! But yeah, I'd definitely like to see Alicia make it to the semifinals. He could have a really good run down there, and we'll come back to that later. True's got some really nice Overlord spread so far in this map. I'm enjoying this quite a lot. Not that he sacrificed any in, and he hasn't felt pressured to, but hasn't forgotten about the OP spots to leave them hiding over the, what is this, biodome, terrarium type thing. You can't see this without high ground vision. And he'll get away with a lot of information thanks to this. He sees the Hellions move out. And of course, with more Overlords down here, he'll be able to catch medevacs as they start going around the map. Now, here's the secret to StarCraft 2, guys. And this is maybe not that big of a secret. But back in the day, Daybreak was the map. This was the map picked all the time. Kind of like Overgrowth is nowadays, but listen to the evolution of this, right? Daybreak was a map that was like the standard for macro play, and everybody enjoyed playing on it. But if you rotated the map like 90 degrees, that's what gave you Belshir Vestige. Add in a couple of ramps, it was pretty much the exact same base layouts. Belshir Vestige then was like the most popular map for several seasons. Well, color Belshir Vestige yellow and add a gold base, and all of a sudden you have Overgrowth. There is something about this map design that is just wonderfully playable for everybody. This was like the least vetoed map for a long time in most races. I think the extreme cases where Zerg players who didn't want to play against mech, we would see sometimes veto this one. But yeah, over the course of time, we've seen maps change a lot. And I gotta be honest, guys, with 2015 coming around and new maps to be released, keep an eye out for another variation of Overgrowth, Daybreak, Belshir Vestige, because I imagine we'll see yet another. But anyways, Queen's waddling down here to the third, expecting those Hellions. He's left a couple of links here in the natural too. Not quite rushing up to Banelings, no pressure for this. You don't have to scout an armory to know that Hellbats could be part of the game, but you also don't want to have to invest in Banelings early if you don't want to. Every bit of gas, obviously going to try and go to Mutalisks if you can afford it, but he's segmented lanes everywhere. He's got Queens ready. I mean, even if drops come out of Heart, I don't think True Brother's going to take much damage from this. Sorry. Axiom on the brain, right, boys? But medevacs are en route. Third base trying to get put down here in the middle. I like this. This was actually kind of going back to the top of Overgrowth for a second. Something we started seeing a little bit more. Now this could be cause and effect because there was Overlord spread here. The effect was he had to go to this base. But I like that he's able to take a base that does sit. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, my back. Sorry, guys. Anyways, he takes it near the watchtower. I gotta stop moving around when I cast and just sit still. He does take it near the watchtower, so if any attacks do come, he'll have pretty nice vision of it. It's definitely not something that'll catch him off guard, except for maybe up here in the corridor to the north. But Beetles do come towards the main. There is a turret ready and waiting, so he's not gonna be caught off guard by these bad boys. Gonna be a bit annoying as Glaveworm bounces will kill an SCV or two, but for the most part, getting the refinery, getting out, not too bad of a pick off for True. Ooh, actually might not get the refinery. I think he could dive back for that. There's only 2 Marines, but safe and sorry. Look away for other waves of opportunity. We'll catch a couple of SCVs transferring, but well, it's a lot more Marines than the 2 in the main, man. Careful before you decide to judge your mutas. They are going to get corralled in here. One's going to go down. That's a pretty nice pickoff. It's still the turret he's going to have to fly by if he wants to exit out of the main. No turret here in the natural, so a couple of SCVs going to go down. Marines still staying to try and respond to this, but Heart is hardly shaken by this. On 5 bases, losing 6 SCVs is not a problem. You know, please, True. I have mules. But the thing for Hard is we've not really seen him put any pressure on himself this game. The Hellions are at home. The creep spread is just spreading as best it can. I think there was a Viking that was cleaning up Overlords for a time. They kept him back home to try and clean up the mutas, but I mean, there's not really been a lot of pressure put on, and that's why True is able to get away with so much of this. There's absolutely no microcontrol necessary at home. There's no threat in their main. And even if there was, True's pretty well defended against it. But for Heart's sake, as he sort of deathballs up with this Terran, and it does cost him quite a few SCVs. 14, as we can see, did die in that attack. But you know what? He's got 1-1. He's got combat shields. He's got stim. He's ready to take a big fight should he need to. If he can fight around this third, of course, that's his best case scenario. There's a bunker here. There's some Widowmine shots going off. Looks like that one did catch a good chunk of the leagues as they ran by. So 13 kills. Greatly thins out that force. But again, bunker is down, and oh, these SCVs are in a hella awkward spot. But Heart's pushing. And True can only stay home for so long. If True can... I won't that thought actually for a second. True is going to have to take this engagement one way or the other. Splits from... Heart. Man, I keep saying Impact. Why am I doing that? Heart is going to be... but he does get the splits off at the end with the Marines, keeps those alive. This goes to the critical units to keep alive. Milos are getting shredded on the other side of the field. True loses... all of them. That's bad. That's going to take away any counterattack potential. Small engagement in the middle of the map. Sorry, I had to type gain, let him know what channel to come to. we want to get him here for the next game. Should we be able to, but yeah, it gets smothered here on the left side. Still lots of Marines, very spread out. Heart's got a nice supply count at the moment. Not quite on 2-2, but it's halfway finished. If you keep up the pressure long enough, that will set in as True has not started his. Heart though, oh! Not gonna like that engagement. He's actually gonna tap out. I thought he had a little more momentum than that, but a really bad bailing hit can definitely ruin your day as a Terran player. And game number 1 is gonna go to True. Alright guys,